How are yous going? Dusty Bogan here. Been watching this Alex Jones on Logan Paul's YouTube channel. Pretty sweet, eh? I'll put the link in below. You got to watch it. Freaking legendary. I love Alex Jones. Infowars.com. Get his app. Check his app out. You can get it on a Google Play or whatever. iTunes store, whatever that is. I don't have an iPhone. But I reckon, isn't it legendary? This interview is actually pretty good, and they go through all the stuff, and I think it's good. I think it's cool how Alex Jones is like, obviously gets on Joe Rogan, and now he's on this. I think it's like the biggest podcast or biggest YouTube channel there is. So good on him. And it seems like in this interview, well, they're just having banter. They're just chatting, and they hit him up with some hard questions. But it seems like Alex Jones holds his own and answers the questions within reason. And the thing is, Alex Jones, he's a mad conspiracy theorist. That's why we love him. That's why people watch him and are like, yeah. And it's like entertainment news, where the guy's melting down and freaking out. It's so entertaining. Anyway, I've got an article here. Let's have a chop at it. So here we go. I could put the link in below, but I'm pretty lazy. I say I'm going to do these things, and I never do. Terrible. Here we go. 8 months ago, after YouTube banned Alex Jones, the far-right conspiracy theorist returned to YouTube to sit down with Logan Paul for a 2-hour episode of his podcast, Impulsive. Impulsive? This marked the second time in a month that Alex Jones was allowed to appear on popular YouTube personalities' channels, following a 4-hour appearance on Joe Rogan podcast in February. During his latest appearance, Jones discussed dangerous conspiracy theories, including Pizzagate and misinformation about autism. Is Pizzagate the one where they were pedophiles, like Obama and his politician mates were all pedophiles, and when they're ordering pizzas, it was actually fucking sex slaves? I think that's what Pizzagate is. I never got into it. I never really read about it. It's pretty wild how they're just talking about oh man, he spreads dangerous conspiracy theories. It's like, God's sake, every article you read. I hope people realize this. It's you sit and you read articles, and it's all spin. It's so much spin. And this is why they hate YouTube personalities like Alex Jones, and they hate any conservative, right-wing, libertarian, classical liberalism, anyone who's common sense and normal. It's they'll just slap the conspiracy theory sticker on you, or they're just going to write hit pieces and attack you. We've seen it in the Proud Boys. We've seen it with Gavin McInnes. Seen it with Alex Jones, everyone. And the articles these people write are just crap. It's so spin that I think there's the normies. You know how the Kekastanis are at war with the normies? I think the normies, these are the full normal people, are oh, yeah, I read this article, and they just totally believe it. And you're like, dude, you need to realize the tone of the article. Realize that this person is just fully spinning crap and the way they want. Here we go. So I'll keep reading. These are examples of conspiracy theories that YouTube have spent time trying to combat. Talking about the Pizzagate. Ugh. Jones was originally banned in August 2018 for using a secondary channel to live stream after his primary account was prohibited from doing so. Jones has now slowly started making his way back to the platform, repeating the same type of conspiracies and inflammatory remarks that led to him receiving warning strikes for hateful content on his channel before being banned. There ain't no hatred. Alex Jones, I've followed the guy for years, never any hatred. It's not hate-filled. What kind of hate is he talking about? I don't hear him hating on gays or fucking racially motivating things. It's kind of like he only hates the government. You know what I mean? He's definitely maybe one of, the type where it's like, the government's a double-sided coin. The left and right are both working together. Nothing really changes. It's like, the people got to rise up, and he just goes ballistic. It's so entertaining. Maybe they're confusing his tone and his aggression and passion for hate because they're just like pathetic losers. They need to go. The guys who write these articles, they need to go have a drink with their buddies, have a beer with their buddies, and then just talk about stuff. Just get some general banter, and people fire up and get passionate. Do you know what I mean? They're the kind of people you want to be around with. Anyway, it's entertaining, and then you learn. They can learn. Oh, that's just common. That's how people communicate. That's maybe how, especially if maybe they're full nerd. But yeah, just maybe go around some blue collar working class people, and you'll be like, oh, okay, that's just general banter. Here we go. Continue reading. YouTube's community guidelines don't actually prohibit banned users from appearing on other channels. This is different from other video platforms like Twitter, where banned streamers are prohibited from appearing on other streams. There we go. YouTube may have taken action. Yeah, so what the heck? This is just all rubbish. It's good that they allow Alex Jones. He's been sneaky getting on Joe Rogan, jumping on this Paul guy's channel. I love it. I didn't even know who this guy was until my wife's sister and little brother do you follow this Logan Paul guy? Oh my goodness. And I'm like, oh yeah. And after watching this, I'm like, he seems good enough. He seems like a normal dude. I'll keep reading. YouTube may have taken action restricting this episode of Paul's podcast. The episode isn't running with any ads, suggesting that YouTube may have removed them, considering previous episodes have run with monetization enabled. The video also doesn't appear on YouTube's front page, nor does it appear on YouTube's trending section, which means YouTube may have limited its promotional reach. The video, however, also doesn't have any content providing information boxes for some of the conspiracy topics. Sweet, okay. Well, that's just rubbish. And we know then, if they're okay, they're admitting that on this article, well, how often does that happen to a lot of, I reckon, Christian videos, apologetics, I think, on things that are apologetics for Western culture, things that defend democracy and capitalism and freedom of speech and the free market and meritocracy and or civic nationalism or cultural nationalism, anything that promotes Western conservative traditional values. I think they would demonetize it, and they would do the same things. They would, what they're saying. It's all this. I reckon it's happened on my videos too. I've seen on my videos on YouTube sometimes there'll be more likes than views, and you're like, how the hell is that even possible? They must be stuffing around with it. But yeah, we know this. This is the censorship. It's getting wild. But let's hope people watch this. People who listen to the this Paul Logan, whatever it is, Paul Logan. Yeah, let's hope people watch it and they go, "Who is this Alex Jones dude? He's quite energetic. He's quite passionate. He's quite he can banter and rant amongst the best of them." Maybe they will check him out. Maybe they'll look up his InfoWars app and have a listen. Because I do. You can do the settings when you get that app. You can do the settings so you can turn your phone off and the sound still goes. And just bang. When I'm driving, plug it in. When I'm mowing, bang, put in the headphones or plug in your aux cord while you're driving. Bang, listen to Alex Jones rant about things. It's really encouraging. And it cracks you up the way he melts down. It's quite funny. So I continue reading. The Verge has reached out to YouTube for more information about how banned users behavior is moderated on the platform. Paul has a major presence on YouTube. He has more than 18 million subscribers, 1.4 million alone in his dedicated Impulse channel, the majority of which tend to skew younger tune into Paul's channel for his antics and may not have heard of Jones or his conspiracy theories. An appearance on Paul's channel is a vastly different from an appearance on Rogan's, who has just over 5 million subscribers and is a professional interviewer. They're starting to freak out. This is the thing I was talking about it's like not civic nationalism, but cultural nationalism. And it's getting in pop culture. This is what Alex Jones is doing. He's like, right, this is what we all need to do. If we want to be like apologetic, we want to be defenders of Western culture, we want to be defenders of freedom of speech, well, you got to use pop culture. Because then you're encouraging people to voluntarily access it. Because, it's like we use the meritocracy model. We're like, yep, if you're good enough at what you do, people will listen, people will be entertained, people enjoy it, and people voluntarily consume it. It becomes like pop culture. Now we have to do like Alex Jones. He's like, hey, this young dude's really talented. He's got heaps of followings. He's right in. He's the peak pop culture dude, just like Joe Rogan. I need to go and have a chat with him. I need to get on his show. And I think it's really smart. It's the kind of stuff everyone needs to start doing to get our ideas out there, and especially when we're being censored. And thank God this Paul dude is like good enough to have Alex on. Where am I? Am I losing it? An appearance on Paul's channel is vastly different from appearance on Joe Rogan, which has 5 million subscribers and is a professional interviewer, while Paul and his co-host Mike, however you say his name, tried to question Jones on a number of his conspiracies, including spreading blatant lies over Sandy Hook mass shooting. He denied Sandy Hook on this. If you watch this interview, he's like, I denied it from day one. And he's like, some Sheila interviewed him, cut like a 3-hour interview down to 5 minutes, and took the questions and the answers and mixed it all up to make him sound like he believed Sandy Hook was a conspiracy, and it blew up and now he's just never ending having to say he's has nothing to do with that. He never said it was a conspiracy. And even this journalist here has lied. Jones was allowed to speak at length about his theories. He was also able to call other news reporters and TV anchors derogatory names. Yeah, good on him, because they lied about him. Jones called former NBC anchor Megyn Kelly a goddamn lying whore. And Megyn Kelly, she's the one who she edited the bloody article and edited that interview and tried to make it sound like Alex Jones was like, Sandy Hook's it's fake, they're actors and all this, like, it's not real, it's a false flag. So she edited an 3-hour interview, cut it down to like 5 minutes, and make it seem like Alex Jones was saying that. But it's all a lie now, Alex. And I think that was the reason they used to kick Alex Jones off YouTube. So it's full on. And we've seen they've done the same thing to Harvey Yemeni the other day. Here we go. Paul and his co-host responded by laughing. It's probably because they know how the media works. They're like, yeah. And this is what the whole world needs to wake up to on the spin and the tactics of these journalists. Because these journalists are like freaking out. They're like, their advertisement companies are like, hey man, you're not getting as many views as you used to. We're going to have to cut. We're going to pay you less because we're getting less views on our advertisement. They're like, oh crap, what are we going to do? And that answer is clickbait. The answer is hit pieces. And it's spin, and it's all lies. They're freaking out because amateur journalists on YouTube and bloggers are pretty entertaining and good. They're like making these making the journalist profession under attack. They're like, then the people are like, nah, I can access this stuff for free, and it's more genuine, and it's more real. And mainstream media, people have had enough. So the mainstream media is freaking out, and this is what they're resorting to. Here we go. Anyway, I reckon I'll leave it there because this article keeps going. We're going pretty long here. So I'll put the link below for this article, and you can have a read. And all you need to know is get InfoWars app. I could put the link. What I'll do is I'll put the link to this article, and I'll put a link to. Well, I'll put a link. Here's this. I'll put a link to the video, this interview. It's worth a watch, and I'll put a link to InfoWars app, and fucking have a watch of this. Get the InfoWars app. Get on the Alex Jones. He's a legend. Even buy some crap. I think what happened when I went to buy some stuff off InfoWars store, that was when he was going through, they were trying to shut down his PayPal and everything and all his banking. So I think it's up and running again. You can now buy like super vitality and all this awesome supplements. But anyway, cheers. Hope you enjoyed it, and let's keep undermining the fake news and understanding like Alex Jones, he's real news. And I'd give this Paul dude, at least give him the tip of the hat and be like, good on you, mate, for having him on. And I'd say cheers, eh?